Oh my goodness, what did I just finish watching? What did I just watch? I have never anticipated any true life documentary as much as I anticipated this story. And reason being that 50 Cent promised us three things. He promised us never before seen video footages. He promised us never before heard audios, as well as testimonials from people that were close, like much closer. I'm talking about like co-founder of Bad Boy Records. He promised us testimonials from these people. 50 Cent, Curtis. I now know why they call you the king of petty. Hey, you guys, if you've not seen the Sean Combs Reckoning, it's on Netflix. It's been on Netflix since I think the 2nd of this month, which was Tuesday. It premiered on Tuesday. Oh my goodness, I am so stunned. I'm like, what? I'm gonna try not to give out so much about what the whole documentary entails, but I'm just going to give my own personal view and make it really quick. And the 4-part series does not only show now footages, it shows footages that backdate to as far as the 90s. It shows footages that led up to the killing of Tupac Shakur. That conversation is even a conversation for later in this video, because oh my goodness, watching this documentary, I realized a few things, and one of the first things was how Diddy came into stardom. He came into stardom when he helped promote an basketball all-star charity event, where people tragically died. Yes. So when the charity event was hosted was a gymnasium which had a capacity of 2,700 and so. And because of how he really promoted this event, I think at the time he was a very good like event promoter. Because of the way he really promoted this event, and as well as how cheap the event was, they had about 5,000 people showing up. So people tried to get into the gymnasium, and I think through the glass door, and he ended up breaking, and before you know it, there was a whole stampede and 10 lives were lost. It was everywhere. And this guy, Diddy, hey, he can really talk the talk. When they started interviewing him, he was like, this is so sad, it's tragic, he really milked the situation. That was how Diddy actually came into stardom. That is crazy. Someone that comes to stardom like that, what do you expect? While watching this documentary series, I realized something so shocking. Well, we've always known that Diddy had a hand in the murder of Tupac Shakur, but after watching this documentary, hearing some audios from Tupac, between Tupac and one of his guys, I can sit down here comfortably, like highly, and tell you that Diddy, in fact, killed Tupac Shakur. And he did that because he wanted Tupac Shakur to come to his record label, which was Bad Boy at the time. But of course, Tupac was a big boy. Like, this was a guy that was already a movie star. He was already like a very good rapper. He was so lovable. Like, everybody loved Tupac. Like, that was just it. He was one of the best talents at the time. And like, why do I always come to a record label? It was already sound a better record label. So what happened? Diddy decided to set this guy up. And it was just so sad. So there was a day, right? I don't really want to spoil this for you guys, but let's just talk. There was a day that Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. were supposed to get into the studio to do a song together. So according to Tupac, like when I say according to Tupac, there was like an audio of this guy, a pager, right? At the time, that's what they used to use to communicate. The person called him. I was like, where are you? Where are you? He was like, oh, he's coming. He wants to go and get some blow, right? You know what blow is? I don't want to say that on this channel. I don't know if I'm even allowed to take murder. YouTube, please don't take that this video. Anyways, so he was like, I'm about to go. I'm going to get some blow. I'm coming. I was like, the person kept on calling, like so persistent. Where are you? Where are you? What time? Are you pulling up right now? Are you pulling? So he was confused. Like, why is this person like on my P like that? Why are you asking me? Am I pulling up? Am I pulling up right now? So he was like, okay, he's coming. So he was like, when he got there, it was like an apartment. That recording studio was an apartment, so it was up. So he just like yelled like, Biggie, what's up? I'm downstairs. So Biggie sent his guy, one of his guys, oh, go downstairs and go and bring Tupac. As soon as the guy got into the elevator, this is now according to the guy, he gave this testimonial. That's why I said that 50 Cent is a very, very scary man to get these people to actually speak. He was like, when he got to the lift, when he got down, he met two guys armed with guns, and they were like, go back upstairs. He was like, what? Next thing, he heard gunshots. What happened? They had shot Tupac. But you see, he survived. He didn't die. And when he came out, he was now being convicted for some sexual assault that he had done, and he had to stay there. I think he stayed in jail for a year or two or so, which was just so crazy. And when he came out, he was now saying he was granting interviews telling them that this guy killed me, like this guy tried to kill me. He was saying it. Diddy and BIG, they tried to kill me because tell me why they were so keen. Where are you? Where are you? Are you coming? Like, it was just so real. And like I said, never before heard audios. Like, from these audios, you can tell that it was planned. You can tell that it was a setup. And it was so obvious that Notorious BIG at the time, he possibly didn't even know what was going on. But how I saw this guy, he was like someone that did not even want stress. He was not like the most confrontational person. So he didn't really put his mouth there. And of course, Diddy was his boss as well as best friend. So what really can you say? Like, how can you come to media and now come and like be against your boss and your friend? I understand, like, BIG was supposed to say something, but he didn't say anything, and it's just so sad that both of them are now late. So I don't know whether they've scotched their quanta wherever they are, whether they ended up in hell or heaven. I don't even know. But anyways, moving forward, that was now when Tupac dropped a diss track to BIG saying that he allegedly slept with Faith Evans. It was allegedly first of all, but from this documentary, it was true because according to one of the guys that they interviewed, he was like, after, or was it after or before Tupac recorded that song, he called him and said, I slept with his wife, Faith Evans. And I don't even, I'm sure it's true because like Tupac was a fine man and all the ladies loved him, and at the time that kind of man, like if you leave him around your girl, you're in trouble. Faith Evans also came out and debunked it like it wasn't true and everything. But fast forward, the day Tupac died was just crazy because he was now leaving an event. I think there was a boxing match, Mike Tyson match. He had left the event, got into his car with his then record label boss. They were in the car together, and that was when there was a shootout, and I think there were about 6 bullet holes in the car, and that was how Tupac Shakur finally died. Wow. But yes, that's aside. Let's talk about present time. It's just so crazy that what exposed this guy, or what brought this guy's kind of warm secrets was the fact that his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura came out to talk about how this man sexually assaulted her for years. Those of you that are blaming Cassie, like, especially there was this bunch of juror people, they were like, how can you say you're dating someone, you're enjoying the money? Those people that were in the jury, they're like, how can you say that you're enjoying the money, and now that you are married with kids to another man, all of a sudden you've come and say that this guy was sexually assaulting you? Like, are you serious? You guys, you see, I'm not trying to defend anything, but there's something called trauma bonding, and that is like loving someone that harms you and comforts you at the same time. You don't even know what you are doing. You just feel like some things are normal. And at the time, I'm sure she thought, oh, getting high with my boyfriend. I mean, most people get high with their boyfriends and doing nonsense like threesomes and rest. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, it became violent. Like, it was so bad. In fact, the guy that they used to call to sleep with her, he also gave his own testimonial. And he was like, there came a time where Diddy would, before he was just watching them, but there came a time whereby he would now join. And there came a time also where he will be watching them and he will get angry and be like, oh, Cassandra, you're enjoying it a little bit too much, and go there and slap her, beat her. Now, at that time, you as a girlfriend, you're like, this is not just fun. This is not just the something we are doing. This one has turned into violence, but you're just like, never mind. You're high, that kind of thing. You're just enjoying the whole thing, enjoying the money. But at some point, from the footages you guys even saw, like, not even in this 3-part series, not even in this 4-part series, the one that was released in the courts of how he dragged her across a hotel room and beat her up. You could see that this girl was clearly tired, like she wanted to leave, but this guy was not just allowing her leave. Like I said, this guy was the devil. He is the devil. Look into his eyes. He had like this deep, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm just and you guys come here and say that she was enjoying the money, so why didn't she stay? Huh? And also, did you guys hear what was allegedly done to Audrey Ode? Audrey Ode was part of the group Danity Kane. I'm sure you guys must have heard of that group. He allegedly had drugged her and assaulted her. Someone came to give that testimonial. Just imagine that someone had done that to you and you never ever knew. Let me tell you guys one of the reasons why being intoxicated is so bad, and this is from my personal experience. I dated someone like way back, and we went out, went to a party, and we got really, really drunk. Came back. I remember coming back home, but I can't remember what happened. The next morning when I woke up, I could feel pain, and I was like, I asked him, I was like, did we do it? I just randomly said it. He was like, yes. I was like, really? Do you know that till this very day, I don't remember doing this? I didn't even take drugs. This was just like alcohol. I don't know how people with drugs, I don't know how they will feel. They might just be gone. You won't even know what is happening to your body. You just know that you are just there. You are in a lifeless situation. I said till this day, I have no idea on what happened that night. So when people come out and say, she was enjoying it, no, you don't know what. That's why I really, really, I'm really, really happy when I see men or hear about men that say, oh, if you are under the influence, I won't touch you. Whether it's alcohol or anything, I won't touch you. You have to be sane for us to do it, because I have to be sure you're in the right frame of mind. That thing is just is having consensual sex with your partner. And someone like Cassie, you could tell that sometimes she didn't want to do it, but she was forced to do it, and that's wrong. If your girl says, I don't want to do it, the moment you force her to do it, you've raped her. Yes, and that's the sad, crazy truth. Whether we like it or not, you have raped her. So why would people come out and also say, oh, what is Cassie saying? I'm just, and at the end of the day, more women came out. I think even I forgot this particular story. You see, before the early 2000s, there was a particular lady that came out to say that he drugged her, had his way with her, made a video, and apparently when this guy had parties, he would display the video for his friends to watch. In fact, it was people that told her that there's a video of you and Puffy doing XYZ, and she just couldn't believe, like, really, a video of Puffy and myself. Till today, she lost the case because according to the court of law, she came out too late to talk about it, and there was no proof. Gosh, Diddy was a very powerful man, and it's just so crazy that he's only facing 4 years, like 50 months in prison. That's like 4 years in prison. That's all he's facing. 4 years, and he's going to come out. Before watching this documentary, I felt like, okay, this guy has just really sexually assaulted people, that's like what we're coming to watch, maybe all the cases of what he has done to women, but it was deeper than that. This was not just a documentary based on sexual scandals or assault. This was a documentary that showed this person, Diddy, his raw side, his demonic side. This guy had demonic eyes. This guy is actually the devil himself. I am just so shocked. It showed him on a different light, a different aspect. In fact, I don't know how you can still be a fan or like this guy after this. Like I said, I'm not just talking about the sexual assault, which is just so crazy, but I'm talking about the murders that he had a hand in. Tupac Shakur, the killing of PID, because PID wanted to leave the record label and be on his own. You found a way to orchestrate his death. You led him to that. And after the guy even died, he milked the situation. I didn't even talk about how this guy would sign artists to his record label and never give them money. He would only give you an upfront small pay. After that, he will never give you money. There were artists whose songs were on the Billboard Top 1. There were artists who were nominated for Grammys. There were artists he had that were even won Grammys, but they were flat broke because this man never gave them money. busts my head too. Even one of his former members from Danity Kane, right? She had called him, I think that was like some years ago, saying she needed $5,000 for something. The guy said they did not have. How can a whole PD did not have $5,000? Even me that I'm not PDD, if my friend says I need $5,000, I'll find a way to get her $5,000. But you that you are like one of the richest rappers or musicians, black musicians alive, you don't have $5,000. This guy was a conniving, selfish, self-righteous. God, he was everything bad. He had abused the power. And I'm just happy that he's getting the recognition he needs. Yes, expose on how much of a terrible person he was to everyone around him. Guys, I'm gonna stop right now. If you've not watched this 4-part series, I tried not to give it all out. That's why I kept on digressing a lot. But if you've not watched it, please go and watch it. Go and watch Sean Combs Reckoning, because like I said, it's not just about sexual assaults. In fact, those stories only came out, like they only started talking about them in the 3rd and 4th episode. The episode 1 and 2, it just showed how this guy was just crazy. Even his ex-wife then, Kim Potter, that is late now, he was beating her. Like they said she would go inside the room, they'll come out, this man is bruised. Like this man was beating women, raping women. And it's you know what, I don't want to talk too much about it, so I'm not just upset more for that. But you guys have to go and see. Please, if you've not seen it, go and see it. I tell you, go and see it. You learn a lot about how power, too much of everything is no good. And how, you know, when the Bible said that money is the root of all evil, it is true. The love of money. This guy loved money. When they talk about visual representation of money is the root of all evil, or the love of money is the root of all evil, this story, you see it unfold, of how wanting so much success, power, and money ruined this man, brought him to his downfall. Diddy, you are a terrible person. You might never see this video, but you are a terrible person. And I do hope that you get the karma that's coming your way. For what you've done to lives, people that you've ruined. I see most of the people that came to speak, he had ruined them. Like, you could tell that they had no more life in them. He has ruined most of them. He's such a terrible person. I mean, people work for you, don't pay them, do deals for you, don't pay them. Like, what kind of person are you? You guys, I'm not talking so much. It's a girl.